Welcome on online wireless mobile communication lecture. In this series, in this module, today our topic is long distance and log normal shadowing. Our contents are as follows: introduction. First is introduction. Second one is the approaches, and next one is the analytical approach. Then it is empirical approach. After that we follows the various environments effect on a mobile radio communication, and then we have moved towards the practical link budget design using the path loss model. After that we are taking the next topic, that one is the long distance path loss model, and the last topic are as follows: the log normal shadowing path loss model. Starting from the beginning, that is the introduction. In this introduction, we know that in mobile radio communication, the approaches for formulating the path loss model, it can be done by either by a model approach or by a analytical approach. There are the two types of the approach. Either we have formulated the analytical approach, and next one is the empirical approach. The most radio mobile propagation models are derived using the combination of this analytical approach and the empirical approach. These two methods, from starting with this empirical approach, is based on the fitting curves or analytical expression that record a set of measured data. This has advantages of implicity, taking into account all propagation factor, both known and unknown, though actual field measurement. The validity of empirical model has the transmission frequencies or environmentals other than those used in the derived model. If we are can easily establish the additional measurements, and after this additional measurements in a new environment at required the transmission frequency. Over the time, some classical propagation model are emerged which are now used to predict the large scale coverage for the mobile communication system design by using the path loss model to estimate the received signal, calculate the received signal level as a functioning of distance d. It becomes possible to predict the SNR for a mobile communication system. Using noise analytical techniques, the noise floor can be determined. For example, two-ray model described was used to estimate capacity in the spread spectrum cellular system. These are systems we are already seen in the previous lectures. There we have seen the free space equation, and also we have derived the two-ray ray path loss model. Now the practical path loss estimation techniques are presented. These techniques are as follows. Before we are going, we should know about the analytical approach. It is the equally important. This approach is equally important to validate the model in the various environment. This various environment are affect our propagation delay. as the frequency is required for the transmission, it is evident that the model can be evaluate the required frequency transmission which propagate from one place to next another end place. So it will be evaluate and drive the analytical approach. This equally evaluate enable the path loss as to predict or calculate the important transmission parameters such as SNR, noise factor, and the capacity in spread spectrum. The pure analytical approach path loss models are inaccurate because of the many immature assumptions are used to reduce the complexity of the derivation for the free space path loss model as well as two-race path loss model. While the driving the free space model and the two-race model, a quite of lot of assumption has been made to reduce the derivation complexity, which is not seen in the any practical situation. So, but still the formulate to make this assumption to drive the path loss model for the free space model using the Freese equation, and second one is the two-ray model. Therefore, we actually make one real modeling of the path loss model considering the practical scenario in other approach. This thing is kept into the consideration. This actually initiates the modeling of the path loss model and considering the practical scenarios into the account. This area where we have deal the log distance and log normal shadowing in the upper hand. So towards moving the path loss model approach in analytical form, we have taken the practical link budget design using the path loss model. This is our approach which is dealing in the analytical formulation to develop a model under the practical link budget design with the help of practical values consideration. First, to start up with a long distance path loss model. In a long distance path loss model, when we consider the path formulation, it is clear noted that the received signal power decrease logarithmically over a distance. So we can write that the path loss is implies that the distance over the reference distance in the form of power of n. So means by the theoretical and measurement based propagation models, it indicate that the average received signal power decreases logarithmically with distance. That means both theoretical and measured base propagation model indicate that average received signal power decreases logarithmically with distance. Where we are in outdoor or indoor radio channel. The such model has been used extensively in the our consideration. So we calculate the average large scale path loss for an arbitrary TR separation. Therefore, therefore therefore average large scale path loss for an arbitrary separation distance TR separation is expressed as a function of distance by using a path loss exponent n. So it is given by P upon path loss is given by this separation PL. D is the separation distance between the transmitter and receiver. Bar is showing that the long distance path loss model, and it is proportional to the D over the D naught ki power n. This one is the our first equation. Now the path loss in terms of dB decibel is written as PL D do naught plus 10 n log D over D naught. This one is the equation number 2. So the path loss in dB by the 10 log transmitter to receiver power is given by minus 10 log G of T, G of gain of transmitter, gain of receiver, wavelength square, area is 4 pi squared, and diameter distance between separation distance, and this is equation number is 3, where this n is equal to, where this n is path loss exponent value, which indicates the rate at which the path loss increase with distance do not. Distance d naught. A distance d naught is the closest in reference distance. Here we can write where n is the path loss exponent which indicate the rate at which the path loss increase with distance do not is the closing reference distance which is determined from measurement close to the transmitter, and D is the separation distance between TR, transmitter, and receiver separation distance. And the bar which is here, we have shown the bar here, bar path loss over, there is bar. This bar is the bar in equations 1 and 2 indicate or denote the in symbol average of all possible path loss values for a given value of D. When we plot on a log distance, the modeled path loss is, after the plotting on a log scale, it is come like this: 10 log P of T to the transmit power is given minus 10 log of lambda square divided by 4 pi square D square. This was our equation number 4. This is our equation number 4. Now move towards the equation number 5. When we plot this model, the model path loss is model path loss is a straight line with a slope equal to 10 n dB per decade. So the value of n depends on the specific propagation environment. For example, in free space, n is equal to 2. When obstructs are present, then n will be take the values of the larger value. If we want to show this, consider this is the earth surface and there is a obstruct in the form of tall building, and here we transmit a signal. There's a line of sight, direct line of sight waves is started from the transmit to the receiver and it comes to directly at the receiver end. But due to this obstruction building, it is reflected, first is fell on the surface of this obstruct like a tall building structures, and then reflected back towards the receiver end. And another phenomena is taking with reflected signal is reflected from the ground surface and then reach to at the receiver end. These two obstructs are specific environment propagations, and it's also be calculated in our formula. So we can, it is important, so we can say it is the important to select the free space reference distance that is appropriate for the propagate environment. In large coverage cellular system, that is 1 kilometer for reference distance are commonly used, whereas in a small, or either we can say in technical word microcellular system, that we have taking the smaller distance, that is the around 100 meter to 1 meter. Are used. So the reference distance should always be in the far field of the antenna, so that the near field effect do not alter the reference path loss. So the reference path loss is calculating using the free space path loss formula is given by the equation number 3. So consider, let us see again, this one is the our equation number. Previously we have write minus 10 log gain of transmitter, gain of antenna, lambda square 4 pi square. This, so through the field measurement at a distance do not, we have having the some typical path loss exponent obtained in various radio environments. This is given by the path loss table. This is the path loss exponent for different environment, or here we write the environment, and here we write the path loss exponent, that is given by n. If the free space is used, the value of n is 2. If the urban area or in a cellular radio, then this is 2.7 to 3.5. If it is the shadow urban area, then this value increases 3 to 5. And if it is the in building